entire Kardashian-Jenner clan is starting to look, well, ancient. We're talking platysma bands, marionette lines, filler migration, the whole AARP starter pack. When Kim turned her head for the Vogue live stream, the first thing viewers noticed was the network of rope-like platysma bands running down her neck.
Well, look at what we have here, and shout out to Leo Hansen. What she's pointing out in this video with this red circle here is the fact that the natural aging process is unstoppable at this point in time. Yeah, you can do a whole bunch of surgeries to your face, getting Botox, pulling back the skin, etc., you know, tons of lighting and makeup and all this stuff, but over time, apparently, the surgeries will start to degrade, the Botox will start to migrate, and your body, through the natural aging and repairing process, will start to revert back to what it wants to be, what it naturally would be if you hadn't gotten these surgeries. So it's kind of like a constant battle against like nature and gravity.
Those cords pop out because she removed so much submental fat with aggressive liposuction in 2021, so now the muscle sits naked under paper-thin skin.
I'm not okay.
Hey man, nature, yet again, remains undefeated. You know, the Kardashians have been trying to fight for so many years with what this young lady in this video, as well as Leo Hansen, has said, liposuction and sucking out, I suppose, the natural fat deposits of certain areas when they were younger. So now that they've gotten older, it looks worse because those fat deposits aren't there anymore, I suppose, along with the collagen to support that area anymore. Essentially, the surgeries that the Kardashians have gotten when they were younger are now starting to catch up to them and are backfiring because their bodies can no longer support the surgeries that they got before when they were younger, if that makes any sense at all.
Ashanti looks 35. She didn't get fillers and Botox in her 20s. No, they look older than 50, let alone 40. They are aging so bad because of the surgeries on their face. Let's be for real. These ladies have had really long careers. Like, Kim has been in it. She doesn't have to be in it any longer if she doesn't want to. Like, why don't you just retire and, like, I don't know, invest in the stock market and live off that for the rest of your life?
Wow, I'm so disappointed right now that Leo just said Kim Kardashian should retire when she knows damn well that that is never gonna happen. Miss Kardashian, Miss Mega BBL, the creator of Skims and the pioneer of Mega BBLs, retire from the limelight, the spotlight, to live the rest of her days out in peace and quiet? Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it's the Ozempic result. We already know that losing excessive amounts of fat very quickly can age you very fast.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Moody hat.
Thank you. And I love bringing
from the Met Gala. This is Kim Kardashian. You could see from the side profile when she's talking, you could see her neck bands. Why do we see neck bands? One, this is the platysma muscle. It's a muscle that connects from the mandible down to the chest. As we age, they separate. And these bands, you can see them coming in. But you could also see them if you get aggressive lipo of the neck area, where it pops the platysma band and makes it more visible.
So yeah, basically, thank you, Doc, for explaining that more eloquently than I did before. You know, the surgeries, the liposuctions of what she got when she was younger to have a more sharper jawline. That's what they do, right? And we all know that the sharper jawline meme, the Hollywood sharp face, right? That all these celebrities want to get. You got to understand, in conjunction with the new trend of the buccal fat removal, all those surgeries that these people are getting to fit a particular type of aesthetic for whatever reason they want to get them for are going to catch up and are now starting to catch up with them as they age, because you need that extra fat, that layer of fat to support you as you get older. Sure, you want to fit the mold of a specific aesthetic when you're young, right? And instead of going to the gym and losing body fat, you want to do it through the means of surgery. But understand, if you take away your body's natural protective layer, collagen, the fat that support your face, unless you can somehow magically put it back when you get older, it's going to look worse. You're going to look a lot worse as an older person with all these surgeries that you got when you were younger than you would have had you stayed natural, holistically, went to the gym, ate a pretty good diet, walked, etc., and fine-tuned your body in a way that didn't need all these overly excessive surgeries.
The mid-cheek looks hollow because the scaffold of filler she'd relied on for years was recently dissolved. This leaves her natural tissue unable to spring back, and anywhere from like her under eye down to her chin starts to look really, really hollow. In plain English, without all the BS talk, the support beams are gone and gravity is essentially pulling her face downward. And all of this is kind of sad when we look back and remember what she looked like before any procedures.
My Roman Empire is Kim's old face before surgeries. Like, her natural face was actually just insane. I know, like, I've talked about this before, but I also always go back to this plot because I'm like, she did not need to do anything. Like, her natural Armenian features and like her baby hair was just chef's kiss. Like, I remember when people used to hate on her features and like call her Jafar or something, and I'm just like, bro, this is like insane beauty. Like, she's so beautiful.
I mean, Arabic princess, huh? Asian princess, or I don't know the ethnic makeup of Armenia. I'm pretty sure they have all types of people there, right? But clearly she has defining features that, I mean, good God, Jasmine from Aladdin type, you know. But of course, get into the Hollywood world, you get into media, everybody wants to have the same face, bro. I don't know what it is. They all want to look generic as hell. They all want the same nose, lips, jawline. Like Abel said, LA girls all look the same. I can't recognize. Like, none of this was ever necessary. Again, do what you want to do with your own body, your life. Couldn't care less, but understand the consequences that come with this stuff, you know?
It's kind of sad when you look at it and you realize that she gave up all of these beautiful natural features from her ancestors to look like a average OF model cardboard cutout. It's kind of sad. It's kind of boring. She could have played Jasmine in a live action Aladdin. I'm not kidding you when I say that probably any Dubai prince would have wanted her so badly, like taken her away in his like gold-plated Lamborghini.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she was bad as hell. Assuming she had minimal surgery here, bad as hell. Nice eyes, full lips, pretty smile. I mean, her facial structure in general, like the mug itself, crazy.
Before, Kylie had some pretty bad pillow face going on, which actually she has just reverted, which could be signs of another facelift or new fillers after she had the previous ones dissolved.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I just gotta wonder the psychological damage this has to have on somebody who's been doing this since at least the age of 16. Because keep in mind, I believe she got her first surgery when she was around that age. And we can clearly see that, you know, she's going through a state of flux between having Botox, not having Botox. I'm not even sure if Botox ever really gets out of your body or if there's a way to actually extract it from your face. But clearly, as we can see here in this photo, she had Botox in a lot more, and then I suppose it degraded or it was extracted to make her face look a bit more slimmer now. But I just gotta say, what is the psychological damage of all this on top of the physiological damage to one's face? Getting multiple surgeries or injections per year, per quarter, I don't know the schedule of all these people. Constantly tuning, tweaking, and fixing something that you think is not good or looks bad, and just never being satisfied with it. I gotta wonder.
She might have a little kiss of filler in the lip, a little kiss of filler here and there. That is not possible with just a hint of fillers, because the reality is she done stretched her face more than a jersey sheet over a king-size bed. Like, she was stretched out, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So it seems as though, based on what I'm gathering, because of all the Botox she got and the volume of which was injected into her skin, apparently she had to get a facelift, of which I believe they like kind of drag your skin back and then they like cut off the excess skin. And mind you, Kylie Jenner is still in her 20s. She's a little older than me, but the fact that, of which I'm going to show you in this next scene, shout out to Lael, that she has this mark on the side of her ear at only 27. It's crazy.
My belief, based on this photograph, that Kylie Jenner has had a facelift at the age of 27. Why do I think that? I'm a plastic surgery enthusiast, and once you know the signs of facelift, you can't unsee them. This pixie ear right here, and I don't know if you can see the pull here, those are the telltale signs of a facelift.
Mind you, 2020, she would have been at max 22 here.
Fast forward a few years, at the top of 2024, we saw that much of this facial filler had been dissolved. How did we see that? Well, we can see from the emptiness, the tear trough area, and just a general deflation on the Kardashians just after that Paris appearance. She said she was going on a filler removal journey. Now, people laughed at her and said there's still filler in her face. The only filler that was really there was in her lip.
And you know what? Honestly, at this point in time, I can't even blame Kylie for a lot of the things she's done to her body, knowing where she comes from, who her influences were, and her basically being groomed into being a botched experimental plastic surgery dummy. And the fact that we all know who's up next in line, which is going to be Kanye West's daughter with Kim Northwest, is kind of sad.
Why 12-year-old Northwest look older than 70-year-old Kris Jenner?
That's wild.
Behind it is deeply unsettling. Recently, someone captured photos of Northwest shortly after her 12th birthday. In the pictures, North looks extremely haggard older than 70-year-old Kris Jenner, and she doesn't look like a typical 12-year-old at all. She even appears older and less energetic than Blue Ivy. What has caused North to end up like this? In fact, the Kardashian family's beauty standards, they believe North should start undergoing cosmetic procedures from a young age.
And that's where I'm going to end it at. Thing is, I mean, the Kardashians aging like milk, not literally, metaphorically, through the surgeries of which that have culminated and compounded over all these years. And now they're trying to throw Northwest into the mix. I know everybody thinks Kanye West is crazy. The mental status of Kanye West is up for debate. I think he is mentally ill to a certain degree. Although I think he knows exactly what he's